Films of that fire get bro. I appreciate you.
OTL, fuck is you talking about? Why you say it like that for? Come on, get your picture, man, before you get beat up.
Oh, wait, my phone.
Stream speed.
I'm 4K trained.
Who?
Rakai, what the man?
You said what?
You could, I ain't good for him, good.
Pooh Shiesty just made his stance crystal clear and took shots at NBA YoungBoy live on stream. He wasn't holding back either, talking reckless in a way that burned bridges with one of rap's biggest names. And it didn't stop there. He doubled down on his position against the whole 4KT camp. What's good, fam? Let's break down the real industry politics behind all this. This ain't your usual rap beef, this is loyalty, prison politics, and choosing sides when things get serious. Social media been going crazy ever since people claimed Pooh Shiesty dissed YB, but we're here to separate facts from the hype. Last night on stream, Shiesty was chilling, talking to fans, taking pictures when things took a turn. This situation runs way deeper than petty comments or diss tracks. At the center of it all? Loyalty. If you're with Lil Durk, you automatically clash with NBA YoungBoy. Things got messy when fans started testing Shiesty on stream. Then a female fan said she didn't rock with Lil Durk, and you could see Shiesty's whole energy shift. That wasn't a casual comment to him. That touched real loyalty. This was personal. The moment that girl said she doesn't rock with Durk, Pooh Shiesty's whole vibe switched up instantly. He went from cool and laid back to showing real emotion, real frustration, real heat. That's when you know the loyalty runs deep. And in the industry, loyalty means everything, but Pooh Shiesty's situation hits different because his bond with Lil Durk goes way beyond music or business. When Pooh Shiesty got locked up on them federal charges, Durk was one of the only people from the industry truly looking out for him. That's a real bond, not just industry politics or publicity moves. But here's where things get deeper than random fan comments. There was this whole moment with streamer Rakai that exposed exactly where Pooh Shiesty's head really is. During a stream, Rakai called Ben, and Ben passed the phone to Pooh. Rakai, trying to joke around, claimed he was 4KT, which everyone knows is tied to NBA YoungBoy's crew. Now here's the crazy part. Pooh Shiesty acted like he had no idea what that meant. But come on, we all know he knew exactly what Rakai was talking about. Everyone in the rap game knows what 4KT stands for. Pooh Shiesty wasn't confused, he just didn't want to acknowledge anything connected to NBA YoungBoy's camp. And that's the real kicker. His reaction wasn't just "I don't know." It was complete refusal to even recognize the other side's presence, energy, or movement. That level of dismissal goes way deeper than ignoring someone, and trust me, this whole tension didn't start overnight. The roots of this situation go all the way back to the long-running issues between Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy, shaping everything that followed with heavy impact and serious consequences. These two have been clashing for years, and it's deeper than regular rap disagreements. This isn't just artists trading lyrics, it's history, hometown pride, and loyalty to people who aren't here anymore. The tension between Durk and YoungBoy grew out of long-standing rivalries between their regions, but it hit a different level once real losses and emotional wounds got tied into the situation. And when you're as close to Lil Durk as Pooh Shiesty was, you automatically feel the weight of everything surrounding him. That's just how relationships in this industry can work. Loyalty becomes responsibility, and responsibility becomes pressure. The back and forth between Chicago and Louisiana had been simmering for years, but social media turned it into something the whole world could see. Every post gets dissected, every lyric becomes a headline, and fans interpret everything like it's breaking news. When Durk says something, YoungBoy supporters rush in. When YoungBoy drops a track, Durk's fans clap back. It's an endless loop of online reactions that keeps the tension alive and constantly evolving, especially with millions of people watching closely every day. And Pooh Shiesty didn't just pick a side randomly. Him and Durk had a bond that went far beyond music. They visited each other's neighborhoods, stood around each other's people, and showed a level of trust that isn't handed out easily. In environments where trust is everything, letting someone into your space is the ultimate sign of respect. When someone is welcomed into your block, your circle, your comfort zone, it means they are considered family. In a world where real trust is rare, things got even more emotional for Pooh Shiesty once he got locked up on federal charges. The industry tends to grow quiet when someone faces legal trouble. People distance themselves, stop posting, stop calling, and avoid any association that could draw attention to their own careers. But Lil Durk didn't switch up. He kept shouting out Pooh Shiesty, kept showing support on stage, and kept reminding the world that he hadn't forgotten about him. That type of public loyalty is extremely rare in a business where people often disappear the moment things get complicated or risky. So when Pooh Shiesty reacted strongly to that female fan who tried to diss Dirk, it wasn't just him defending a friend. It was him defending the one person who stayed solid when everyone else faded away. It was about protecting the person who kept his name alive, kept his reputation intact, and kept the fans believing he'd come back stronger one day. And that's why this situation matters. It shows how deep loyalty can run in an industry that sometimes prioritizes trends over real relationships, and it highlights how true support becomes unforgettable when the world is quiet. This situation is really about one thing: loyalty. In this industry, loyalty is the currency that matters more than money, fame, or opportunities. When someone stands by you in your darkest moments, you stand by them no matter what comes with it. That's why Pooh Shiesty rides for Dirk the way he does, because Dirk showed him real support when almost nobody else did. And sometimes, that type of loyalty means inheriting tension you didn't personally start, simply because you're standing beside someone who stood beside you first. The moment Rakai joked about claiming 4KT, everything became clear. Pooh Shiesty didn't even entertain it, not because he didn't know what it meant, but because entertaining it would have felt disrespectful toward Dirk. That's a different kind of loyalty, choosing your brother even when there's a potential opportunity on the other side. In a business where most people switch sides the moment it benefits them, Pooh Shiesty made it clear he's not one of those people. But let's be real, choosing a side in a high-profile rivalry isn't without risks. NBA YoungBoy has one of the biggest and most passionate fanbases in the game. His supporters ride hard for him online, and they are loud, organized, and fiercely loyal. Anyone who even appears to disrespect him gets hit with a wave of backlash that can actually impact visibility, narrative, and even an artist's momentum. Pooh Shiesty knows that, and he still chose to stay solid. That says something powerful about his character. However, this is also the complicated side of industry loyalty. Sometimes being loyal to one person automatically puts you in conflict with another, even when you never had personal issues with them. Pooh Shiesty and YoungBoy never had direct problems, but because of their connections and the history between camps, they end up on opposite sides anyway. It's the unfortunate reality of how relationships, alliances, and reputations work in the industry. The big question now is what direction this situation goes from here. Whether it stays as online tension, lyrical shots, and fan-driven narratives, or whether it transforms into something more impactful on the business side. Both artists come from backgrounds where loyalty is taken seriously, and both have supporters who amplify every move they make. For now, all eyes are on how everyone handles the pressure, because in an environment like this, every decision says more than 1,000 words. And when street history mixes with industry politics, things can get complicated in a heartbeat. But here's where it gets real. This situation isn't just about two rappers who don't vibe with each other. It's about two completely different cultures, two different environments, and two different definitions of loyalty and respect. Chicago has its own code, its own way of moving, and Louisiana has a completely different one. When those two worlds collide, the tension becomes bigger than music and bigger than personal disagreements. The Memphis layer makes everything even deeper, because Pooh Shiesty represents a third cultural angle in the conversation. Memphis has its own traditions, its own rhythm, and its own sense of loyalty. But Pooh Shiesty still chose to stand with Chicago through his bond with Dirk. That decision alone speaks volumes about what loyalty means to him. Now let's zoom out to the bigger picture. This whole situation reflects something much larger happening in hip-hop today. Artists are being pushed into choosing sides in situations they didn't start, simply because of who they are connected to. Neutrality is becoming rare. You're either aligned with someone, or people assume you're on the opposite side. And once the world labels you, it's hard to shake it off. At its core, Pooh Shiesty's situation isn't about picking one rapper over another. It's about loyalty, gratitude, and understanding that in this industry, the people you stand with shape how the world sees you. Dirk showed Pooh Shiesty real support during one of the toughest chapters of his life, and that created a bond that goes beyond features and collaborations. That kind of loyalty makes you feel protective. It makes you react when someone disrespects the person who held you down. But here's the truth a lot of people don't talk about. This whole dynamic shows the complicated nature of the rap game. Sometimes you end up with tension toward someone not because of something they did to you, but because of who you're loyal to. That's both the powerful and risky side of this culture. The powerful part is seeing genuine loyalty in an industry where many relationships are temporary. The risky part is how that loyalty can pull you into conflicts that weren't originally yours. Will this beef stay online, or will it spill over into bigger consequences? Could it impact Pooh Shiesty's music career? Will NBA YoungBoy respond directly? Could other artists get pulled into this situation? One thing is clear, Pooh Shiesty made his stance obvious. His standing with Lil Durk no matter what, which automatically places him on the opposite side of NBA YoungBoy. In the rap world, and in life, that's just how loyalty works. When someone shows you real support, you can't just stay neutral. This situation also raises a bigger question: should artists inherit their friends' conflicts, or should they be able to stay neutral? When someone like Durk kept Pooh Shiesty's name alive during his toughest times, neutrality becomes almost impossible. How do you stay neutral when someone held you down while the world turned away? Social media and streaming have made all of this more intense. Beef used to live in songs or in private circles. Now, every moment is public. Every interaction is recorded, every reaction is analyzed, every comment becomes content. Pooh Shiesty's reaction to that fan and his exchange with Rakai went viral instantly, moments that defined his position in this situation. Streaming and social media give fans a sense of direct access. They can test loyalty, provoke reactions, and even try to start drama. Pooh Shiesty passed the test, showing where his allegiance lies. But let's be real about the consequences. Taking a clear side can impact collaborations, touring, and even fan growth. NBA YoungBoy has massive influence in the industry, and being perceived on the opposite side can close certain doors or limit opportunities. Loyalty comes with respect, but it also comes with risk, and Pooh Shiesty is choosing to accept both at the same time. Pooh Shiesty's loyalty to Durk could open new doors and opportunities. Chicago artists might be more willing to collaborate with him, Durk's massive fan base could rally behind him, and he might gain access to opportunities, connections, and platforms he wouldn't have reached otherwise. The bigger lesson here is that in hip-hop, every relationship has consequences, every friendship can create rivals, every alliance can close off other possibilities, and every move can shift the balance of influence. Pooh Shiesty made a deliberate choice, and now he has to navigate the outcomes that come from standing with his brother. What are your thoughts on Pooh Shiesty's loyalty to Lil Durk and his automatic opposition to NBA YoungBoy? Do you think he's making the right decision by inheriting Durk's challenges and enemies, or should he attempt to stay neutral and avoid conflict? Will this beef escalate into something bigger, or will it remain mostly online? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and click on the videos on screen for more insider hip-hop drama, industry politics, and behind-the-scenes stories. This situation is far from over, and with both sides having real credibility, loyal fan bases, and strong influence, things could get intense very quickly. Stay tuned for updates, because in the rap game, dynamics shift overnight. Loyalty is everything in this culture, but sometimes that loyalty comes with a real cost. Pooh Shiesty is paying that price right now, and only time will show whether it was worth it. One thing is clear, he's demonstrating a level of loyalty that's extremely rare, admirable, and respected in an industry often filled with fake friendships and fleeting alliances.